Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are now live with BB3 TV.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me again on this beautiful Friday evening here. I'll tell you what, man, what a beautiful day it was. I don't know if you guys here on the East Coast or where you're watching me from, man, but it was a gorgeous day today, man. I enjoyed it. I spent some time outside just kicking around and working on my trailer and stuff like that. I had a great day. But guys, I'm excited to talk about. This is something I'm very passionate about. You know, it's being an entrepreneur and working for yourself and what that means. We're gonna dig into it a little bit. We're gonna talk about like the trials, the tribulations. We're going to talk about the benefits, the pluses, the minuses. We're going to dig into all that stuff, guys. So stick around, guys. It's going to be a great time. All right, guys. So how many of you, please, and I urge you, comment and comment often. Let's talk about this. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to post the link like I always do in the comment section. If you are an entrepreneur and you'd like to come in and talk a little bit about your experiences and what it's like for you being an entrepreneur, jump in and join the show. Let's have some fun with this. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over here to the comments. Hey, Gretchen, as always, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I am pasting the link in the comment section as we speak, so you'll see that popping up down there. So guys, I am super excited about this. Please, if you don't mind, please give this video a share. Maybe this is going to reach somebody who needs to hear it. Maybe somebody's tired, being stuck in their 9 to 5, and they're kind of just tired of being in that place. I know for sure I am. I'm at a place right now where it's like, hey, I just really want to transition. I kind of want to get out. Get away from the kind of mundane 9 to 5 stuff that I've been doing, and what I really want to do is I really want to focus on building a legacy for myself, but for my family, and provide us with opportunities to get out and have other experiences. Because listen, let's be honest, in the economy that we're in right now and the way things are, it's incredibly difficult to feel optimistic, right? I mean, it's with the food cost the way it is, and I'm going to give you guys a solution to the food cost. This is a bonus for this show. I have a great solution for the food cost. So stick around for that. You're going to definitely want to check that out. But it's very bleak, and it's very difficult to be optimistic in an economy like this. But fret not. I mean, there's this thing that we have called the internet, this beautiful, wonderful thing called the internet, and it provides you with a multitude of opportunities to become an entrepreneur. I mean, if you wanted to, you could become an affiliate. You could market somebody else's products. You don't have to take care of fulfillment. You don't have to take care of handling any of that stuff. Shipping, it's all done by the people who you're promoting. So these are just opportunities. But what I want to dig into, hey guys, Dave Farmer, thanks for jumping in. Hi, Mama. That's Patricia. How you doing? Hey, there's the wife. Thanks guys for jumping in. I appreciate it very much. Please, if you can, give this video, this show a share. I definitely appreciate you doing that. So, listen, I am an entrepreneur. I've always been entrepreneurial. It's just something, it's a passion of mine. I've always wanted to kind of be on my own. Now, I used to work with my brother-in-law. Okay. His name is Keith, and he has a home remodeling, business, but he really kind of focuses on like custom kitchens. He's an excellent mechanic. The guy is just super good. But what really he trained me so good. He's so good with tools, and he always told you, if you become a mechanic, you become good at using tools, you could do anything really, as long as you are thoughtful in your process. Okay, you're thinking things through, you're seeing each step as it, before it comes, you're seeing each step, you're laying it out there, and that's kind of what makes you good at being a carpenter. So, hey, thank you so much, Mama Two Books. It's good to see you. Hey, bro, I'm listening while editing my 10 o'clock. All right, nice. I can't see who that is, but that's awesome. So how many of you here, okay, anybody here watching right now, or even if you're watching a replay of this show, tell me, please comment in this comment section here. Tell me, are you entrepreneurial? Do you have your own business? What do you do? Tell me about it a little bit. It's Laura. What's up? Hey, I still haven't gotten a chance to look over that email. I promise you I will do that probably tomorrow. James, I see you just got in here, bro. I sent the link to you in your messenger, so go check that out. There's Mr. Tom Nally. All the usual suspects, guys. I thank you all for being here. So let's jump in, guys. One of the things here about becoming an entrepreneur, it is so scary. I mean, it's huge because you think, look, I mean, everything is now on you, right? So like you're responsible for everything, and that can be scary and overwhelming for some folks. But for me, and I just see it as a challenge. I've always really appreciated having the opportunity to be pushed, and that's like the most important thing. You have to set yourself up, okay, and put yourself in a place where you're being challenged, because life is boring without I mean, look, the status quo gets old. It does for me anyway. I mean, look, I mean, the status quo got old. Look what I did to my face. And I don't think it looks too bad. It's growing on me. I'm beginning to really like it. But change is not always bad. It's scary, okay? But change is not always bad. So what have you done in the past, Patricia? Tell me a little bit about what type of business you did. I'm very interested. So there's so many things that you can do, and that's the beautiful thing about entrepreneurship. There's no limit. Really, the only limit is yourself. So, you know, you can become as big as you want. I mean, it really is. It's as big as you're willing to dream, and that's where I do like what I do when I'm thinking about where I want to be, say 5 years down the road, or even 10 years down the road. What does that look like for me? And then I focus on that, and then I focus on, okay, what steps do I need to take to get there? And that sets you up. That sets you up, mentally. Your mentality kind of prepares you for what you have to do to reach those goals. So you sold cruises. Interesting. I mean, I'd like to go on a cruise. So, I mean, if you still have some of that insider stuff, send it my way, because I'm definitely interested. I was just talking about going on a cruise. It's something I haven't done. And, I haven't vacationed much, honestly, throughout, I'm 43 years old, and I've literally gone on 2 vacations, and one was paid for by my ex-girlfriend's grandparents, God rest their souls. And the other one, I just went to Nashville. What a great time that was. Okay, but this is what I'm talking about. You've got to create the opportunities, because no one else is going to do it for you. And you can actually do things in this economy to thrive in this economy. Even though things are awful, but it just requires legwork, and it requires confidence in yourself, confidence in your ability to do, more than the status quo. You're so used to doing these mundane daily tasks, these routines, and I'm sorry, but it just gets old. The grind gets old. Okay, so you have been on about 25 cruises. Well, that is awesome. One of the things that I've always wanted to do was like scuba dive in the Keys. I'd love to go to like Bora Bora. I like, scuba diving in the clear water. I mean, just what a beautiful thing. And to be honest, my first scuba experience was in the Red Sea in Egypt. So what, how do you top that? Like, how do you top? I got my scuba certification in Sharm el Sheikh, Egypt. Dove on the most incredible coral reef you could even possibly imagine. And then I come home and I'm scuba diving in quarries. took the wind right out of my sails. You can't go doing like the best thing in the whole world, literally the best diving in the entire world, to diving in quarries. Wow. Yeah. Although diving in quarries with crazy people is fun. That's a whole nother story. So my certification was pretty much only it was pretty much only for 60 feet. I think it was, my rating was up to 60 feet deep. I was diving with these guys, and they're pro divers. These guys are good. Yeah, cruise is my bucket list too. I still will do that. You don't top it, you remember. Yeah, that's true. But I will go back one day. I will go back to Egypt. I will visit the pyramids again. What an incredible experience. And I will dive in Sharm el Sheikh again. Because I got to dive with white tip sharks. Awesome. Dolphins everywhere. Awesome. Lionfish. Awesome. Just the coolest experiences. Like swim through cavernous, like beautiful coral. Oh, stop it. It's incredible. Anyway, I digress. But these are the things that you can do when you become an entrepreneur. All right. When you become self-sufficient, you are making your own money, you're doing it on your own. Okay. That is where you win. That's the victory. That's the ultimate goal. That's what we should be striving for, because I get so tired of working for somebody and making them the money. And they're the ones that they're benefiting from the blood, sweat, and tears that I'm putting into this. Why should you do that? And why should you? Because listen, here's exactly what this is the problem. You've gotten comfortable receiving paychecks. You would receive your paycheck, and as soon as you get that paycheck, here's a dopamine hit, man. There's like, oh wow, this feels good. I just got paid. I just got a good, nice piece of money here. Wow, it feels good. And if I just keep doing this, I'll get more of these checks. That's the wrong attitude. That's the wrong way to think. And you've got to separate yourself from that, because until you do, you are literally going to be a slave to that 9 to 5. You're going to be a slave to that paycheck, that bi-weekly dopamine hit, or however often you get paid. You've got to separate yourself from that. And the best way to do that, okay, is start a business. It doesn't matter what it is. But, what I really want to emphasize today on this whole thing, out of this whole show, I really want to emphasize the importance of doing something that you absolutely love to do. Okay. Think about it. Really dig yourself into this and say, what is it that really makes me tick? What makes me feel good? What makes me happy? You don't want to, I want to get to a point where my job doesn't feel like a job at all. A job, which stands for what, guys? If you know what job stands for without Googling it, put it down there in the comment section. All right. Tell me what job stands for. Because if you stay in your job, this is exactly what you're going to be. But for me, it was very scary, because I've always been, dependent upon that 9 to 5. It really wasn't until I started working with my brother-in-law, and I'll tell you, he should be sainted. There it is, Jamie. Just over broke. That is exactly what JOB stands for. James, get your butt in here, man. You're an entrepreneur. Let's go. Click the damn link in your messenger. Get in here. I had my snow removal business in Minnesota. I got swamped with 250 driveways when my buddy lost his job. I had him with me. And what a fun job, too. Like, what a fun career. I don't care. I love playing in the snow, man. I like getting out there and, plowing, digging, using tractors, big boys and big toys. Come on, let's be real. So, plowing snow is a cool job. That's fun to do. And really, you could make some good money. And especially if you pick up some really good clients, like shopping malls or, things like that. Excellent clients, and they pay really, really well. It's a great job. So, but anybody who's actually done it, who's been an entrepreneur, knows that it's not what, until you wreck a truck like me. Jeez. You're not supposed to wreck a truck when you're snowplowing. But that it's not easy. Okay. And I think where people really kind of fall off the wagon is they think that being your own boss, oh, it's so glamorous. It's so cool to do all of this for yourself. But you're doing this without realizing that you're responsible for every single little detail. And that includes tax time. Okay. And if you have not been smart enough to put money back to cover your taxes, you've made a huge, huge error. Okay. And you're going to be liable for all the money that you've made, that you can't write off. But believe me, as a business owner, there's a lot. And that's the other thing I really want to talk about. This is one of the perks and benefits. As an entrepreneur, you can write things off like your office space you're in your home is a write-off. Certain amount of your electric bill, I think, is a write-off. And it depends where you live. And you should always consult your accountant for this stuff. They know more than I do. But the write-offs are just immense. Now, hey, look at this. This is a good dear friend of mine, Lisa. What's up? She's an entrepreneur. And a matter of fact, her and I have talked about going into business together. Distance, would be distance. She's literally on the opposite side of the country. But Lisa is very entrepreneurial. She does, what she'll do is she'll go and just find free furniture that people are just throwing away. She'll strip it down and she turns it into this beautiful piece of furniture. It's more like artwork. She's incredibly talented, and she recently just flipped a free dresser, put a few hours into it, put some paint on it and retouched up the top, made it look really nice, basically new, and sold it for like $350. Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, something like that requires a lot of effort, or requires some blood, sweat, and tears. But I'm pretty sure Lisa was enjoying herself when she's doing that. What a way to release some stress, work on something like that. You're creating something beautiful. And here you go. She's like, bling, bling, baby. You killed it on that one. You've actually inspired my wife to want to grab some furniture, and she's been looking. And matter of fact, she asked me to stop. I see you down there, Jamie. I'll grab you in a second. She asked me to stop one day to grab something, and I didn't because I had too much crap in the bed of my truck. And this is literally before I got my trailer. So I was loaded up with tools. So I couldn't do that. So Lisa, you've inspired my wife. But this is a good opportunity. Jamie, come on back. Bring it back. Okay, so Lisa's exactly. It's like therapy. It was so rewarding to take someone's trash and make it beautiful again. Yeah, absolutely. And you did such an incredible job. If you had pictures, if I could grab your pictures, I'd show them because you really did an awesome job on that. So, all right, I went to a business class, and Mrs. Fields from the cookie fame in the 1980s, she said, "Do not be afraid of failure. Be afraid of becoming successful too fast." I've never heard that. I would love to become successful too fast, but I understand with the sentiment. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring. No, I'm not. I was just about to bring Jamie into the show. James, okay. A lot of you guys know James. He was a former host with me. We started this show together, but James is very entrepreneurial. James is a business guy. He understands it. Oh, really? Bad? Ugh. Okay, let's do that. One. I love this. Failure teaches you how to get out of your comfort zone and learn to be successful. Failure, listen, everything. This is the most critical part of being an entrepreneur. Don't let your failures defeat you, because it's just a learning curve. You've just learned what not to do. Okay. It's like Thomas Edison, what he said. And, I didn't fail. He said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb, or however that saying went. I think it was a quote in National Treasure. Somebody could pop that up for me. I'd appreciate you. So it set me straight. But it's true. Failure is not a bad thing, and people are afraid of it. People are afraid to hear no. I'm just as guilty, because you don't want to go up to somebody and we're afraid of that rejection. Oh, great, he's going to pitch me on something else. Oh, great, he's going to do this and this. if you want to stay stuck where you are and you don't want to take the help that I'm offering you, so be it. I'm on to the next. I'm not going to continue to waste your time or waste mine. If you're not interested, you're not interested. I'm not into high pressure sales. It's just not what I do. So when someone says no, you say next. Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. And I love this. No is next opportunity. Bingo. You nailed it. That is spot on. Next opportunity. And listen, just because somebody said no to you now does not mean that they won't be interested later. Okay. Because a lot of times what it comes down to is it's just the situation that they're in that moment may not be conducive to them spending money to get involved in an opportunity, because it takes money to make it. And that's the other thing you have to understand, becoming an entrepreneur. Okay. It takes money to make money. If you don't have money to invest in a business, and we're talking about being able to cover your overhead, your home expenses, your life expenses, your family expenses, you've got to have a solid plan in place when you do that. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring his ass in here before he gets bumped again. James, thanks for joining me, man. Hopefully we can make this work this time, man. I see you keep getting kicked. What's going on?
Yeah, sorry about that. Not much. Sorry, I'm a little bit late too. I was doing some paperwork actually.
Not a problem, dude. Again, that's part of being a business owner. You've got to take care of even the smallest details, dude. So let's talk a little bit about you, like in becoming, what it was like for you becoming an entrepreneur, man. Like, first of all, I know that you were working for the man. You were fixing lawnmowers and, you were doing that kind of stuff. And like, what brought you to the point of just saying, you know what, it's time for me to move on, man. I'm going to do something else.
Well, to be honest with you, I was just sick of it. I was sick of the rat race. I mean, I'm sick of not really being able to live my own life, always constantly asking if I can have some time off, if I can spend time with my family. I'll never forget the time that my boss told me, no, I really couldn't even go out on, we have a little amusement park out where I live. It's called Kennywood. My niece and nephew wanted to go real bad, and I was told no, I wasn't allowed to go. And I was just sick of it, and then it was always the doubting, they would bend over and kiss certain people's asses, and you were like, well, I can do what they're doing. And they never give you an opportunity to really prove it. So it always just kind of burned my ass a little bit. I wanted to go through and I wanted to make it, on my own and show that I could do it. So I started my own business, and it wasn't supposed to be anything really big. It was supposed to be only a few things here and there, do a little bit, maybe make $1,000 a month, and then it really just blew up and took off. And ultimately it cost me my place of employment, my position there at that time. And I mean, really, to be honest with you, there's no looking back. I mean, after they let me go, actually, because I started my own business, and then they turned around and I was, it was one of those things where it was like, hey, I can actually do this on my own. That actually really gave me the confidence, because one of the things that they said was like, hey, you got your own thing going on. You can't manage your business and our business. And that really kind of made it, it put in perspective that I'm actually, I can do this, And then a week after I lost my job, I actually got another one making almost double what I was getting at the time. And I decided not to take it and pursue my own job and my own business. And I mean, I started off as an operator, and then I just gradually. Oh yeah, it's worked out very well. I mean, to be honest with you, I can drop everything I want to do right now and come to Gettysburg. I could spend time with you if you would quit. So I mean, anything can definitely happen. I got a little dude walking in right now, so
there he is.
Look,
listen, honestly, nobody has beaten the drum for me as much as you have, dude. I think you believe in me more than I do some days. It's like but because you're also in a place, you've been there. Hi, Bentley. Hi, big boy. Hi. You don't recognize me without the goatee. I'm not Pappy anymore. Yeah.
No, you're still Pappy.
I'm sure.
See,
I'm
Pappy.
sure.
Pappy.
There it is. He's such a damn cute kid. But being in the situation that I'm in, okay, I'm not, it's not like I'm sitting on a truckload of money. The things have been difficult. The economy's been difficult. I work constantly. I'm working, 2 jobs, 1 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock at night. I'm working constantly, but those are not all money making hours. There's a lot of backroom stuff that people don't understand, administration things that you have to do to manage a business like carpentry, and you have to have everything broken down, and it all has to be, understandable and numbers and columns. And I mean, it's a headache.
No, it really doesn't stop for a business owner. It doesn't stop at all. So I start off the day waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I typically read, because that kind of gets me mentally prepared for the day. And then I spend about an hour reflecting of what I want to do during the day, and then I go out and I do it. I do what I need to do during the day, and of course there's going to be situations that arise that you're not going to be able to actually predict that's going to happen. And then like right now, I got home at 7 o'clock. That's actually early. There's Shania.
Hi, Shania.
And then what I do is I get home at 7, and then I turn. She don't have pants on. So. But at 7 o'clock, tonight I was home, and I was starting to do paperwork. I was starting to schedule things for the next few days, and my key, the key is to just keep it going. Sorry.
No, it's all good, man.
I should have locked the door.
It's okay. You sound like he took a hell of a spill there.
Then yeah, I mean, he's hard-headed like his mom, so that's a good thing. But to be honest with you, I mean, now I'm preparing for tomorrow already, and I mean, I got a whole bunch of. Yeah, that's true too.
I apologize, folks. There is a delay between me talking and James hearing.
It doesn't stop.
There's like a 10-second delay.
It's okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead and talk.
I hear you in real time. So, and then on Thursdays, I'm constantly.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you're behind or I'm behind.
You're behind.
Oh. So then on Thursdays, I'm running payroll. I'm doing a little bit of everything else. Obviously, as you know, we're going to be starting on the book, you and I. I'm just kind of getting prepared for everything, signing contracts. I signed 3 already this week alone. We're going to continue to try to keep expanding. I'm already looking into different pieces of equipment. And again, the life of an entrepreneur, it doesn't really end at a 9 to 5. See, and that's what I tell my guys all the time. You don't know how lucky you guys are to be able to just kind of, come and go kind of as you please. Eventually, I would like to get to the point, I guess, employee-wise, to go ahead and just point fingers and say, go here, go there. But I really can't ever see myself doing something like that. So, I mean.
You have a problem with the delegating part and trusting them to actually get it done.
To just kind of eat crab and Absolutely. I mean, that's going to be one of the keys moving forward. As you know, my plan is to move out by you sooner than later, to be honest with you. And I have to kind of train everybody here now in order to make that move. And I just don't know if I can position the company to handle that type of blow of me leaving it. I mean, as you know, I just was in an accident. I broke 3 ribs, 3 vertebrae, and I raked with one hand the rest of the day. I did it at 1:30, and I didn't stop till 7 that night, raking with one hand. And
But
I
you
haven't
paid
taken
for
any
it
days
too.
off, and I mean that's you as an entrepreneur. You have to suck it up, though. I mean, it is what it is. Um, there is no stop. There is no quitting. Once you have committed to it, you're addicted to it at that time. So.
Mhm. Shane says, I had my own landscaping company for 9 years and I sold it after my business partner got us into trouble. But I still want to get back into my own business, just not landscaping. Well, what do you want to do? What are you good at? What's your passion? Tell me what drives you, dude. What would make you get out of bed every single day and actually go to do this work, this job, whatever you want to call it, and actually enjoy doing it. That's the key to being successful. And but really quick, I want to jump back here to Patricia because you talk about franchises. What franchise? What franchise did you do? And if it was so great, what happened to it? Like, tell me a little bit about where it went. I blew my knee out in a quad accident and still showed up to do hair that Monday. If I didn't work, I didn't make money. Yeah, Lisa's hardcore too, man. She's hardcore. Truly an awesome person. I love this lady to death. Lisa, you're an inspiration to me. I just, she's got the drive. She's motivated. She's just got that. I really, really want to be more and do more, and she just got totally, I'm sorry, Lisa, I'm going to put some of your personal juice out there. She just got totally screwed over by somebody who she was in a relationship with. And, you don't do that to somebody like Lisa. And she just picked herself up, dusted herself off and said, you know what, cowboy up. And she did just that, man. So she's an inspiration to me. Oh yes.
Good for her.
Come on.
Good for her.
Patricia, link is in here. I'm going to post the link in the description again, and in the description, it's going in the comment section. Go ahead and click that link and jump in. Anybody else? Lisa, come on in. Let's talk about you.
But like you were saying, Dustin, I mean, you definitely have to have the passion for it. So, yeah, like Shane was saying, if you don't want to do landscaping, think back to whenever you were a kid. That's really kind of the key that I tell everybody. Think back to whenever you were a kid, and whatever you wanted to be growing up is really what you're going to be most passionate about. I mean, one of the, obsessions I had kind of was, hey, I wanted to go ahead and, I love dinosaurs. I want to be a paleontologist, and then as I, get a little bit older, obviously I'm not one now, but I mean, as I get a little bit older, I wanted to own my own business. I wanted to be the boss. So it's not about what we do as a company so much as about, hey, I'm finally in the position that I always dreamed of being in, so that was one of the keys to really making the move. And I've always wanted to own my own business ever since I was, a little older than 10, younger than my teens. So it's just the key is to find your niche, your passion, find something you really like to do, and then go out and do it. That's the key.
That is the trick, and it's the most important part of being an entrepreneur, I think, because you've got to have something that's literally going to make you want to get your ass out of bed in the morning, and not just get out of bed. Like you can't wait. It's almost like you can't sleep because you're actually excited to get back to your business because you know what you're creating, and you've got that vision. Okay, the vision, seeing forward, say this is where this is going to take me. And that's huge. I mean, that is huge. If you live what you do, it doesn't feel like work.
I had many sleepless nights.
All right. So, guys, this is Patricia. Thanks for jumping in. So, all right.
Hey.
Did you get the reverb taken care of? You got headphones or something like that?
No, I'm on my phone again. I
phone's
don't know why it's doing it on my laptop, but I'm on my phone again.
That's okay. So tell us a little bit about this adventure a franchise. So what franchise did you buy into?
Yeah, what happened? I lived in Florida in 1996, and I wanted to go on a cruise because I'd never been on a cruise before. So went on a cruise and absolutely loved it. I ended up talking to somebody that had this franchise. And so I started talking to her about it, and she was talking to me. It's called Cruise One, and they're still around. And but now they're under the umbrella of World Travel. But anyway, so I started thinking about it. I started looking into it, and I was working full time, and I loved my job. Wasn't a problem.
Right.
But I thought about the money, and oh, I'm just going to forget it. Well, what happened is that when I called them up and I said, if you could send me some additional information, that'd be great. And they did. And then the person called me, and they had territories. So they don't now, because of the internet is so prevalent now. But I got financing and was able to go ahead and purchase this franchise. And I loved it. And I was working it and was right there to quit my job because I was still working. And I got up enough money. And that was, and I'm going to tell you something, that was the August 28th before 9/11. So I went ahead and I quit my job, and then 9/11 happens, shuts down everything. Now I had enough money for 6 months because I had planned ahead, and I had a plan B, I had a plan C, and travel started again, and it was really great, but the prices were not high enough for me to make any money. And so I had enough for 6 months. And then after that, it was, what can you do? But I sold it, and I sold the franchise to two of my competitors, actually, because I was really good at what I did. And 50% of my business was referrals. So because I was extremely exact, it was like, no, you want that side of the ship. I mean, that's how exact I was. And everybody loved their vacations, and I was really, booking, and it was really great. And then that's what happened.
Oh man.
But I ended up, it was about 7-8 years ago, Expedia has a program, and I ended up doing that. And that was really great, made money. And I did that for a couple of years, went back into nursing. But that's what happens. I mean, I'm a nurse, but I'm a business person too. So when I take a break, I look at other areas. But now I'm thinking about doing it again. The important thing is that, and it's so true what James said, you have to love it, because if you don't, then it's going to become a grind. And then if you aren't making enough money, or this is happening, or because stuff happens, you'll end up quitting. And it's not, I love cruising. I love travel. That's just what I love to do. So if I worked a 14-hour day, it didn't matter because it wasn't work.
You're enjoying it.
Exactly.
You're giving people something that they're going to love and enjoy.
Exactly.
You're increasing the quality of somebody else's life. That's a beautiful thing.
And you're the hero, hey, and I love being the hero. But and the thing is, I like nursing too. So I like doing both. But you have to really think it out. You have to look at it. You have to see what you love. You have to look at the practicality of it. But if you've never been an entrepreneur before, if you've never, you're just going, I can't, I know I want to do, please look up a franchise, because they supply the marketing. They teach you what to do. They teach you about systems. They go, and if you really look things up, some of them are, if you want a Dunkin' Donuts, you're going to pay $250,000. But if you want to go into something with travel or sales or, whatever you might want to do. There's something out there for you if you want to learn. And you might do the franchise for a year. And then, hey, you know what? I can do this. I'm going to go out on my own. Now, because of the internet, like you were saying, there's so much more opportunity out there. I mean, I used to sell off of eBay. I was making money like crazy in the 1990s and still working my job. And that was going to thrift stores and doing all of that and getting very, very good items or brand new items and selling them on eBay. So I was a power seller at one point.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's so many things that you can do. I love thrift shopping. I love couponing. So think, what can you do with something that you love? But just don't discount a franchise.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing of it is the average American, and this is where franchises becomes difficult. The average American doesn't have the kind of capital that's required. I mean, no one's going to just go and pop off and get a McDonald's. It's $1 million. You've got $1 million. You've got to have $1 million liquid. And that's tough.
On top of that, you already need all that stuff. You need a whole bunch of your equipment, your real estate, everything.
No, but the thing is, but there are franchises out there that are $5,000, that are $7,000. Mine was $9,000. I was bringing in 40, 50. So
a year?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And I could not have done that without first learning and going to their training sessions and going to in-service and learning the business and learning all that. Now, if I wanted to, I could go get, also, they supplied all the insurance. They supplied,
that's nice.
They supplied, anything that you had to get, they would go ahead and do that, because remember, there's this nasty thing called liability, and and you have to have insurance to cover that. And for travel, nursing, anything like that, it can be extremely expensive. So they can help you with that, but it's an option. Not all franchises are like a McDonald's or anything. There's stuff out there.
There is stuff, and do your research. I think franchising is a great route to go. It really is, because it's a proven system. When you're buying into a franchise, you're buying into like marketing techniques that already work. You're buying into, it's already, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, you still do have to be a creative business person. You've got to be savvy. You've got to be smart. So it's, again, it requires a certain skill set. But if you're like Chain's guy and some of the people that Lisa is talking about, vending machines don't really require a whole lot of intelligence, or smarts. You just got to keep them stocked and go clean them out, and it's easy money. And you can make really good money.
And also it makes really good money. Transcriptionists. If you want to start out, so many doctors' offices, so many people are outsourcing because they don't have time. And so these are things that you need to look at, because usually what you are having difficulty with, other people are having difficulty with. And you can also say, hey, you know what, maybe I could go ahead and over here, and I know so-and-so is having problems, and take on that work and figure out how much look on Glassdoor. How much should you make? There's just so many things out there that people can do. It's just amazing to me.
It is. And it comes down to you. It comes down to the individual. It's like, where are your dreams? Where are your passions?
What do you want to do?
You've got to follow that stuff.
Exactly.
Or you're just going to end up putting yourself in a situation where you're going to be miserable.
Exactly.
So, but that's great. And I appreciate you coming on and sharing that story, because,
I'm going to get off now, but
no,
great show.
Yep.
I just want
Thank
to put franchising out there. Don't discount it. There are cheap ones out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming on, Patricia. Appreciate it. So yeah, that I mean, she's right. And and to be completely honest, I hadn't even thought about franchising because I don't do it. See, I'm trying to build my own business and get that to a point where I'm like, can I start moving away from doing the dirty work? You know what I mean? And this all takes time. This all requires a lot of commitment. It requires a lot of grinding. I mean, I'm going out and making sales calls. I'm going out and doing estimating. I'm going out and looking at these jobs and helping them figure out what they want, because most of the time folks don't really know. They have an idea and they're like, well, what do you think? What do you think? And I'm like, I'm the worst person to ask. I mean, I'm not the most design savvy person in the world. But I am, I've done a lot of this stuff, so I can kind of pull from that experience. But, in the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is build a sellable asset. And that's what I want you guys to be thinking about. If you do get into a business, always be thinking about the future. Where's this going to take me? Can I build something that is a sellable asset? So always be thinking about your reputation. And in carpentry, let's be honest. Carpenters this day and age, a good carpenter, one, is hard to find. Two, okay, getting them to actually show up and do what they told you they're going to do, really hard to do. For some reason, carpenters, I don't know if it's just an East Coast thing here, but they suck. Okay, a lot of these guys have given carpenters, contractors, a really bad name. I know one. His name's John. He's a real piece of shit, and he screwed a lot of people over. And I've tried to help him and in the past, and that only burned me, but unfortunately, because I run my business the way that I do, I didn't really tarnish my reputation. People knew that it wasn't me, it was him, and he belongs in jail. But I digress. So Jamie, are you going to be able to hang out for a few minutes?
I don't know. I'm on my phone now. Do you got feedback problems, or are you good?
Actually, no, it's better. And it's actually, now it's real time. Now I'm hearing you in real time.
Yeah, so maybe the phone's the trick.
I think and it's clearer. It's better, all around better.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. So sorry about that, everybody.
No, nothing to apologize for, dude. It's all good, man. But I appreciate you even coming back in. So I have my screen just really just went wacky. What the actual? What is going on? I can't see anybody. We're doing this again. All right.
Is it on my end? I mean, I can back out.
No, it's not you. My screen exploded.
Jesus.
Like, I'm trying to get it to come back. I can't. It's not working. Oh well. So if anybody comments, I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to see it. Well, maybe if I scooch all the way over there. Okay. All right. Everything looks good on your end. Okay. Well, that's good. It's acting really, really strange on mine. Apologize for the technical difficulties. This magic mouse that I have, it's not magic at all. It's a freaking pain in the butt. It's an Apple Magic Mouse, and you could use your two fingers.
What?
Parental discretion is advised.
Yeah. I hope
but if you touch it wrong, it doesn't like it. Yeah, just leaving that alone. Wow. So Patricia says Florida is the worst. They never show up when they're supposed to be here, and they rip you off because Florida has a lot of older people that they take advantage of. What a shame. That is exactly my point. And contractors do that everywhere. They do that everywhere. Like, I don't understand. Why is this? I accidentally clicked on that one. Okay. I've got to figure this out because it's making me nuts.
Yeah, I mean, the intimidation factor, I mean, I see that everywhere, including, well, you know who, I mean, I'm talking about whenever I tell you Buff. I showed you a picture of him. He owns 4 gyms in this area. And, he told me actually today that I guess one of these business owners that built him a deck, he owes him like $7,000 still, but his roof is leaking, so he refused to pay the last $7,000. And I guess the dude basically said, "Hey, I'm going to own your house. I'm going to put a lien against all your property. I'll own you." And I mean, the dude is a business owner, like I just mentioned, and he's just not intimidated. And like he said, he probably said that to some little old lady, probably scared the shit out of her, gave him a whole bunch of money, and for his shitty quality work. And I mean, to be honest with you, we see it all over the place. We see it all the time. I mean, scamming people, it's just terrible, to be honest with you. It's
Yeah. So I'm also thinking about billing colleges, publishing companies, etc. There are always opportunities. Yeah, I love Patricia's positivity and her forward thinking. That's what you need as an entrepreneur. Don't ever limit yourself. The key to success, the key to becoming wealthy and financially independent, it's having multiple streams of income. It's having passive income. It's while being in Gettysburg, while it's still making money while you're on your leisure time. That is passive income, and that's the ideal situation. How can you do that? You can do that by buying real estate. Okay, one of the big things right now that is huge. Okay, Airbnbs are huge right now, and you know what else is funny? You technically don't even need to own the real estate. You can rent. This is a beautiful thing. Guys, take notes right now. I'm going to tell you right now, the easiest side hustle you will ever come across. Do this. If you have extra money, a couple bucks, go rent an apartment, a nice place somewhere, a decent house, rent the place, decorate it, make it nice. Okay. And then rent it out as an Airbnb. You never set foot in there. You jack up the price a couple $100. I mean, because people are only going to be staying there for a certain amount of time. Okay. And you rent it out as an Airbnb, they'll pay that rent, and then you'll make money on the property, and you don't even have to own it. But the key to running an Airbnb is you got to have really good taste. The place has to be spectacularly clean. You've got to have really nice furniture in there, and it's got to be arranged nice. I mean, feng shui, man. You've got to really make the place nice. But it's a great side hustle, and it's something that you can do. The other thing is, okay, if you enjoy, working in a garden, you could be a landscaper. James started out doing landscaping and lawn care. And his business took off from there. So the sky really is the limit. Just you've got to find that thing that makes you tick. So James, what? Excuse me, that just came out of nowhere. What advice would you? I apologize. That was nasty. What advice would you give somebody who's sitting here, maybe watching this right now, it's thinking about starting up a business?
What I would pretty much tell them is just to go for it. Take the leap of faith. I mean, don't really hesitate, because the longer you hesitate, the less likely you're eventually going to take the leap of faith. That's why I always, press on you to keep, quitting, and I want you to take the step, because if you don't have somebody influencing you, not saying that I'm the only influence in your life, but if you don't have somebody influencing you consistently to take that step, you might not ever take that step. Just take the step. I mean, get 6 months of your rent or your mortgage or whatever, 6 months of living expenses, get that stashed away in your bank account, and then just take the leap. I mean, it's not that hard. You are in the land of opportunity. You are in a country where, okay, I do a bunch of work for a South Korean gentleman, and he's been country to country. He said he's fought communism. He's done all these marches and everything, and then he's come here and he owns 5 different businesses in this area. That's why you see so many of these Indians and stuff owning all these stores, because they came here to the land of opportunity and wanted the opportunity. They came here with a dream. We are so spoiled in this country that
Amen.
it is, and it's so easy for us. that we would rather whine about it than to go out and make things happen. Where these people are coming from these third world countries, these communistic countries, and then they turn around and they're in the land of opportunity all of a sudden, and they make things happen. And we in this country can't seem to grasp the idea that, hey, you know, we can make this happen for us too. Instead, we sit back and we wonder, well, why is all these gas stations owned by, you know, all these Indian people? Well, it's because they took the chance, and it's a chance
Because you're racist.
well, it's they took the chance that we're afraid to, for the most part. Because I mean, a mortgage is nothing more than mortality. You know, I mean, that's one of the books I'm reading now, by Robert Kiyosaki. It's not Rich Dad Poor Dad, but it's the step above, beyond that.
Yeah.
That's what he said. A mortgage is basically mortality. It's 30 years of your life. It's basically forever. You know.
Yeah.
And once you're locked into something like that, it's a lot easier to accept that job. It's just a lot easier to accept that position rather than taking that step and going after it. I mean, I had financial backers. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I didn't. I had people backing me up financially that, you know, if something were to happen, you know, I did reach out to them and say, hey, if, you know, shit hits the fan, are you going to be able to help me out? And they, of course, gave me their blessing, their family members. And, well, you know, I thank God I never needed their help. I was able to make it. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. And that's really what I want to beat into all the audience's brains, your brain, everybody, is if I can do it, you can do it. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing special about what I've done. You know, it's just I took the chance. And that's what everybody who they should take the chance that's watching this right now, and you included, Dustin,
Yeah.
can.
Well, it's not. I mean, I have a business set up. I have an LLC. I am heavily insured. I mean, I've got it all lined up. I'm ready. And the other nice thing about it too is I haven't had a chance to talk to you about this yet, but you know, the guy who trained me, my brother-in-law Keith. I've got more respect for this man than anybody in the whole planet, because he really did a lot for me, and he's continuing to do so. He just offered me some work, you know, through him, and that's going to really balance out anything that I might have, you know, shortages on. So I'm probably going to be putting in my 2 weeks here on Monday.
Well, that'd be great. And I mean, you need to go out and celebrate that. You got to celebrate every win, no matter how big, no matter how small. I just had a $40,000 contract signed that I got to have done by the end of September. You know, like I'm taking them out to dinner because I mean it's not my biggest contract by any means, but I can go out. You know, this every little win, you need to celebrate it. You need to take them out to your family out to ice cream. You need to go out and just take a day off for yourself or something. I know that's easy, you know, easier said than done, but
for sure,
these wins need to be celebrated, because then you hit that dopamine, you know, and then you it's in your mind like, hey, you know, I was rewarded, and your mind automatically knows when you've been rewarded and you've rewarded yourself. So you're like, well, you know, then your mind comes up with other ideas, like saying, okay, let's go out after this next idea. Let's go over here and maybe pursue this, you know, venture. And it continually evolves until you are on the clear and total path to success. And like you said, real estate is definitely one of the top keys. I mean,
that's going to be your fastest way to become a millionaire, period.
It will be.
Real estate.
I own real estate, and I already told you over dinner the other day how simple was it that I explained it to you that you can be a millionaire in less than probably 5 years.
Yeah, but again, it requires excellent credit. Okay, you can't screw up once. You cannot screw up once. You can't miss a single payment.
Not in the beginning.
Okay, you've got to be so strict, and that's okay. But some places are forgiving if you do make a mistake. The key is communication, and this is where people slip. People get prideful, and they're like, "I'm going to miss my mortgage payment." Well, then they stop. They don't answer the phone because they don't want to be harassed. What you have to understand is if you just communicate what you're going through to your mortgage company, they will not throw you out. They will work with you. They will find ways to work with you. There's a million and one programs out there to keep you in your house. So, you know, that's a little side shoot. So definitely don't ignore that if you're in that situation. But yes, and really my ultimate goal is, and my dream business is flipping houses. Excuse me, I apologize, guys. I'm burping in this. Dinner is talking back. this carnivore diet, man.
I'm jealous of that diet.
Well, it's a great diet.
Make me hungry, and then I look in and I got chips and snacks.
It's terrible. Get that crap out of the house. So I've actually been very strict. I've been very disciplined. It's only been I just got through day 4. Now today, they were eating mashed potatoes. I love mashed. It's my favorite food group, and I did take a tablespoon or 3 of mashed potatoes. So I was bad, but you should never quit cold turkey anyway. You should always gradually get into an extreme diet like I'm on. But I did mention earlier in the show, and if you've stuck around, the fried catfish. This is the second time today someone's talked to me about catfish. It's disgusting. It's just a bottom feeder. My partner Daryl loves catfish. And Lee was destroying catfish. We were down in Tennessee, and he was just like, well, yeah, I mean, couldn't do it. It took him, this pissed me off. Lee is down there, okay, and he couldn't wait to get to this place to get this catfish. Then it takes him about 40 minutes to pull this catfish apart, and then he didn't eat it. He ate a couple of pieces and was like, yeah, I'm full, I'm done.
Oh,
I was like,
dude.
And then he left. He didn't even take it. You didn't even put it in the doggy bag. Like, you didn't even take Lee. What are you doing? That's what I'm thinking. It must not have been very good. But so in the beginning of the show, I told you guys that I was going to tell you how to save money and on your grocery bill. All right. And if you've been here since the beginning, thank you for sticking around through the whole show. I appreciate you. This is very simple. You want to save money on your grocery bill? Intermittent fasting. Only eat in a 6-hour window. Okay, that's it's a ticket. Okay, you're doing so many things for your body. You're giving your body a chance to detox. All right, you're giving your body a chance to clean itself out, and you're giving your body the opportunity to digest the food that you've been putting into it, and it's whole food. Everything that you eat on a keto or carnivore diet is generally whole foods. You're not eating anything processed. You're not eating sugar. You're eating very low carbs. So I eat 1 or 2 meals a day. But the beautiful thing is I don't have to count calories. I don't have to do that. I just eat as much as I want. And the doctor that I follow, his name's Dr. Ken Berry. He says, eat until you're comfortably stuffed and then eat a little more. So for somebody who loves to eat, man, I love mealtime now. I can stuff myself stupid without the freaking regret, you know.
I need you to refer me to that doctor.
Hey, he's on YouTube, Dr. Ken Berry. Check him out. And he's got a great channel, and he's very, very wise. He's a family physician. He's been doing it for something like 40 years, but he's got a lot of information out there. What a great doctor, great stuff. Check it out. But save money by intermittent fasting, guys. Don't eat 3, 4, 5 times a day. Don't eat for 16 hours at a time. And, you know, you're going to see incredible health benefits. I mean, just in the 4 and 5 days that I've gotten back to intermittent fasting, I feel like $1 million. I feel great. I mean, like, I look beautiful. Look at this. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I do like the facial hair. It is working for you.
It doesn't it? It actually looks really cool. It took me a minute to get used to it. It did. And some people are kind of still like, oh, dude, that's kind of weird.
With it all the time like this.
Thank you, Patricia.
Every time I'd be thinking like,
yes. I need the monocle. You know, but here's the cool thing, man. Like about this, like it's part of my manifestation process. That's the secret. All right, that's the trick. I haven't told anybody. I'm making myself the Monopoly guy. So I'm going to manifest. I'm going to manifest. Well, I can put the monocle in my.
You need a top hat now.
Yeah, exactly. Got to get the top hat. I do have a hat, but that's. I'm not going to get up to put it on, but I have a hat that would suffice for now. But you know what, dude? I like it, and I'm going to stick with it for a little while. I like it with the scruff. I like the scruff here.
Yeah, you don't want to take the scruff off. I mean, you got to have the scruff on there too. Kind of offset it.
It does offset it, exactly. So now that its scruff is back, it doesn't look too bad. Oh, Gretchen, you're so sweet. What does PGTB? Nah. Pierre Gustave Toutant Beauregard. Ah, yes. You think I look like Beauregard? Well, that's awesome. Well, because Beauregard was a handsome man. Even if he was a dirty Confederate. That's all right.
Confederate. Stinking loser.
All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I thoroughly did. I hope you guys found some value in this, and really, I hope it opens your eyes to the real possibilities, the things that are out there. Don't get so down on yourself. Don't get so bleak. And look, guys, the economy sucks, but you can make a change. You can do so much. Lisa, thank you so much for hanging out. God, I love you to death, and I'm going to be talking to you soon because I'm going to chew your ass out for not getting in here. Anyway, but I hope that you guys were able to get some benefit from this. And listen, I'm always here. I want to help you. If you have a question, I'm always researching entrepreneurial-ship, just the same as James. We're always looking for ways to become better. I'll help you. So please don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'll do anything I can to help you free of charge. I'm not asking for anything in return. Hey, give me a shout out. But thank you all so much for being here. I sincerely do appreciate it. Join me next week, same bat time, same bat place, at 8:00 Fridays. And I'm looking forward to it, guys. God bless you. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.